This video will represent a nice test of the wind noise dampener that I have on the condenser mic here, but not here to talk about microphones. In response to some recent videos that I've produced, I've been asked to talk a little bit more about automation and how the Nutanix platform delivers automation services, enabling an organization to really modernize and streamline the way they go about delivering services. So this will be several parts to this message, this being part one. Part one, I guess I'll call it stage one, and we'll focus on the idea of automating the delivery of images to be utilized in a remote location. Think of a store, think of a hotel property, any remote location requiring IT services. Hardware shows up, it gets racked and stacked. We've got the main computing block ready to go, fire it up. It gets DHCP, and from DHCP there are options configured to tell it how to do smart things. One of those smart things is, how do we start the foundation process? And this is the process that is responsible for putting down the Nutanix platform, if you will. AHV, the hypervisor, AOS, the intelligent secret sauce on top of the hypervisor. Once that's in place, we auto enroll or deploy Prism Central, enroll the block into Prism Central, and now we are set to take advantage of that API. So step one, stage one, let's show you how we take advantage of the API to deliver standard images to this location. Now, you're going to see me use the API in very much a behind the scenes way. I'm going to do this from the command line, but what I want you to take away from this is the fact that this API, while it's being called from the command line in this video, could be integrated into any solution capable of calling an API. Think ServiceNow, think your tool of choice. So I hope this resonates, and I hope you enjoy it. So let's briefly talk automation. As mentioned in the intro, I suspect that this will be a multi-part series. And so in this segment, we're going to talk about automating the Nutanix platform in a general sense. I'm here in Prism Central, which is provided to all of our customers when they buy the platform. I'm going to clear my alerts here so that I can draw attention to it later. But simply stated, anything and everything that you see me do in Prism Central is backed by the wide open and broad API. From the telemetry provided here in the dashboard to observing, managing virtual machines, literally everything is backed by the API. Now, with that as foundation, what can we automate? We can automate everything. So I'll go back to the dashboard just for reference, and to demonstrate how the API can be used to automate everything, I have a Nutanix deployment here on screen, Prism Central, and currently I've got one cluster registered to Prism Central, or one remote office registered to Prism Central is another way to think about it. If I had more than one, they would all be listed here, giving me quick and direct access to each one of them. And so what I'd like to do is I'd like to deploy machine images to each of the offices registered to my Prism Central. So let's take advantage of the API to do that. Now I'm going to demonstrate this in a very manual way, just to draw a really fine point on the power of the API. But quite literally, the API could be targeted by any automation solution capable of driving a REST API. So let's go ahead and add some images to the clusters registered to Prism Central. Right now you see we have none. I'm going to go over to a terminal window here. We'll bring that into better focus. And what I want to show you is the contents of this directory. So I've got two folders, two directories to which I'd like to draw your attention, one called disk, the other called ISO. And take a look at those. If I can type. These directories simply contain definitions, if you will, for the locations of the images that I want to upload. Again, a very manual way of looking at this. This could be plugged into, or the API can be plugged into or targeted by any automation solution you can think of. Now, in addition to those location definitions, I have also written a shell script, the curl image create shell script, and it's just a curl statement that I'm going to send through a loop to update or upload these images to Prism Central, which in turn will make sure that every registered cluster gets a copy of these images. So very simple. Go ahead and clear the screen. All right. And so to kick this off, here is a little command line for loop that's going to call my shell script, which in turn is going to iterate through the image definition files, which are simply JSON definitions. I can actually show you those if you're interested, but we kick this off and away we go. And I'll show you, I'll highlight the output on the last one here. You can see that the API has been triggered. My uploads are pending. You can see here in the Prism Central interface that the actions have now been kicked off. The image creation process is underway. These images currently live on a web server inside the infrastructure. The API has been directed to go and grab those images from that web server and place them on the registered clusters. Very straightforward. As far as the contents of the JSON is concerned, that's quite straightforward. We'll have a look at one of these. Doesn't really matter. Let's see. And that's a simple JSON descriptor for one of the images that we are uploading to the platform. And this is, a lot of this is hard-coded. I could replace, for example, the IP address in here with a, run it through a sed command to replace that with whatever I'd like to replace it with. So really, really flexible, really easy to do, highly, highly automatable. You can see here that our images are being populated as I speak. So video's been going for about 8 minutes now. I'll go ahead and end this first installment, but I hope that gives you a good feel for the adaptability of the platform. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Be happy to answer them for you. And you will see me and my screen in the next one. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that, please take a moment to click the like button. Also, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and click the bell notification so that you are notified anytime I post new content. Thank you for watching, and I hope you make it a great day.